Good Tuesday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversation Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. We, of course, have your news headlines coming up on this Tuesday. We have the truth of the day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and in today's entertainment spotlight, he being part of my conversation with Dermatologist Dr. Alexis Stephens, giving you guys tips on how to keep your skin healthy. Enjoy today's program. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Tuesday headlines. In national news, billionaire tax takes shape as Biden pushes for budget deal. Democrats are working frantically to shore up the revenue side of President Joe Biden's domestic package, poised to unveil a new billionaire's tax to help pay for his social services and climate change plan after earlier tax plans fizzled. Biden said Monday he's hopeful the talks with Congress can wrap up overall agreement on the package this week. It's tallying at least $1.75 trillion and could still be more. Biden said it would be very, very positive to get it done before he departs for 2 overseas global summits. That's my hope, the president said before leaving his home state of Delaware for a trip to New Jersey to highlight the child care proposals in the package and a related infrastructure measure, with the grace of God and the goodwill of the neighbors. Resolving the revenue side is key as the Democrats scale back what had been a $3.5 trillion plan, insisting all the new spending will be fully paid for and not pile into the debt. Biden vows any new taxes would hit only the wealthy, those earning more than $400,000 a year, or $450,000 for couples. The White House had to rethink its tax strategy after one key Democrat, Senator Kristen Sinema, objected to her party's initial proposal to raise tax rates on wealthy Americans by undoing the Trump-era tax cuts on those earning beyond $400,000. Sinema also opposed lifting the 21% corporate tax rate. With a 50-50 Senate, Biden has no votes to spare in his party. Instead, to win over Sinema and others, the White House has been floating a new idea of taxing the assets of billionaires and another that would require corporations to pay a 15% minimum tax regardless of if they show any profits. Those both appear to be gaining traction with another pivotal Democrat, Senator Joe Manchin. Once Democrats agree on the tax proposals, they can assess how much is funding available for Biden's overall package to expand health care, child care, and other climate change programs. In more national news, COVID cases falling, but trouble signs arise as winter looms. Tumbling COVID-19 cases counts have some schools around the U.S. considering relaxing their mask rules, but deaths nationally have been ticking up over the past few weeks. Some rural hospitals are showing signs of strain, and cold weather is setting in. The number of new cases nationally has been plummeting since the Delta surge peaked in mid-September. The U.S. is averaging about 73,000 new cases per day, less than half of the nearly 173,000 reported on September the 13th. And the number of Americans in the hospital with COVID-19 has plummeted by about half to around 47,000 since early September. Still, there are some troubling indicators, including the onset of cold weather, which sends people indoors where the virus can more easily spread. With required mask use reduced in much of the U.S., the University of Washington's influential COVID-19 forecasting model is predicting increasing infections and hospitalizations in November. Also, COVID-19 deaths per day have begun to creep back up again after a decline that started in late September. Deaths are running at about 1,700 per day, up from close to 1,500 2 weeks ago. In more national news, making of Alec Baldwin movie is halted after fatal shooting. Production of the movie that Alec Baldwin was making when he shot and killed a cinematographer last week has been officially halted, but producers of the Western described the move as a pause rather than an end. In an email to crew members, the movie's production team confirmed that work on Rust had been suspended at least until the investigation is complete. The team said it is working with law enforcement and is conducting its own internal safety review. The production company is also offering grief counseling. The sheriff's investigation continued Monday. The team said that it could not respond to comments made in news reports or on social media. The email suggested that production could resume at some point. Although our hearts are broken and it is hard to see beyond the horizon, this is, at the moment, a pause rather than an end, the email read. And finally, in business news, Wall Street notched some more record highs on Monday as a better-than-expected profit reporting season gets into higher gear. The S&P 500 rose and surpassed the peak it set on Thursday. The Dow Jones Industrial Average and Nasdaq also rose. Stocks broadly have been pushed higher recently as companies turn in much stronger profit reports for the summer than analysts expected. The S&P 500 rose 22 points, or 0.5%, to 4,566. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 64 points, or 0.2%, to 35,741. The Nasdaq Composite rose 137 points, or 0.9%, to 15,227. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. Mary Ellen, take it away.
Hi, this is Mary Ellen with your Truth of the Day. Consistently improve yourself and your circumstances. When you consistently improve yourself and your circumstances, your process of growth is enhanced. It is easy to just ride the tide of where you are now, especially if you are somewhat successful. When you seek opportunities to keep improving yourself and your circumstances, you continually create more abundance. By improving yourself, you become self-confident. This brings new opportunities you know that you can accomplish. So rather than striving to maintain where you are, ask other trusted people how you might improve. With your focus on improvement, you not only deepen your relationship with yourself, you begin a deeper relationship with your loved ones. Today, focus on continued improvement and enjoy the day.
Dermatologist Dr. Alexis Stephens is featured in today's Entertainment Spotlight, right here on Conversation Daily News. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Entertainment Spotlight. Dermatologist Dr. Alexis Stephens joined me recently on Conversations Live, the radio show, to give you guys some tips on how you can get that natural radiance with your skin and also be able to get that glowing complexion. Here's a bit of our conversation.
Taking care of our skin is definitely an important thing. So what are some of your recommendations, Dr. Stephens, when it comes to achieving that brighter, healthier skin for our audience?
So one of the first things that you want to do is make sure that you're actually using SPF every single day. And to get the most out of your sunscreen, you really do want to couple it with an antioxidant like a vitamin C. This is going to take your skin defense and the protection to the next level. My second tip is to make sure that you're using it at night also. So night application is just as important in the day. You really want to incorporate antioxidants in that nighttime routine to make sure that you're having the brightest and healthiest skin. The third tip is to make sure that you're actually treating yourself every once in a while to a good medical grade facial. This is going to keep your skin fresh and rejuvenated and fight off any of those exterior stressors that affect the skin. And then last but not least, make sure that you're using derm-recommended ingredients. I love things like vitamin C, lactic acid, and niacinamide to really bring your skin health to the next level.
Dr. Stephens, those are all great tips, but you mentioned making sure our audience is using products that have SPF. What products then do you recommend to help them to be able to make sure they're not only having a healthy skin, but also that natural glow too?
So SPF or sunscreen is just kind of a non-negotiable if you're looking to truly achieve your healthiest and brightest skin. And then using things that have vitamin C, just take that to that next level. I'm loving the Olay's new vitamin C plus peptide 24 face moisturizer because it is formulated to actually give you that brighter skin. It has the derm-recommended ingredients that we were talking about, so it's got the vitamin C in there. It also has niacinamide and lactic acid, which happens to be one of my favorites because it can exfoliate your skin and tackle hyperpigmentation all at the same time.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning in to this edition of Conversations Daily News. We'll have you guys on tomorrow with more news, Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and of course your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let's make it a great one.